Back for the Scratch Division Stepladder Finals from West Covina Bowl here. Two really solid bowlers on a brutal lane condition. Top seed Joe Grondin taking on third seed Dallas Leong. Joe a 6-time champ, while Dallas way up there at the top of our all-time titles list with 16. So a couple veterans that know how to win on a total grind Mexico City pattern. See Joe over the 6th arrow there. Gets the ball to fade back into the pocket. In the previous 3 stepladder matches, we have yet to have a 200 game in the Scratch Division. That's highly unusual, and that's indicative of how difficult this pattern is. 45 feet, kind of gets sprayed around. Tez tried to go up the outside, that didn't work. Dallas is in closer to where Joe is and doing the old circle route as well. I've seen a lot of shows with Dallas playing hard and straight up the corner. This is how you get to 16 titles, being this versatile and doing something totally opposite. And flushing that ball. He's touched through 4, trails by 9 as Joe opened with an early double. Watch some of our tapes. I wish we had the ability to, do like freeze frames like the big guys there. When Dallas plays up the corner, that hand stays directly behind the ball with little to no side rotation. Side roll meaning the fingers coming out and rotating around counterclockwise around the ball. Almost none of that when he plays the corner. Here you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see him clear the thumb and then rotate counterclockwise right to left to get the ball to feed from left to right and then back again. And just like that, he catches the double, ties up the match. Cut was minus 111 today, so under a 180 average to make the top 40%. Taylor Berry snuck in at the number. Didn't make the finals though. Before this, it was Harley Swaggart defeating Ryan Lee in round 1, 186 to 177. Dallas Leong up by Harley, 190 to 180, and followed 189 to 151 over Cortez, who was looking for back-to-back titles. Did not quite get there. Familiar sight. On Mexico City, Joe is in front of the ball return, so he's going to start his push away before his feet, take shorter steps to get back into the rhythm, just like so. A little bit of loft to get it over the cap. Right idea, just a little bit grabby there. Gives himself a 3-6. League coming in behind us, they must be wondering why they're playing all these wacky lines. When you bowl in a league pattern, there's an extreme amount of oil in the middle and an extreme amount of friction on the outside, so you would never ever be in a scenario where you'd have to do this. Hard to explain how good these guys are. I wish we could better explain it. Blue oil would help. I'm actually a proponent of the blue oil. I don't know how practical it is, if it's that much more expensive, it probably is. It would be like being able to see a bigger rough, or in this case you might as well have a water hazard, because if you hit right of 9, the ball simply won't recover. Left of 6 arrow on that one. Oh! And that rotten 10 pin will not fall down for him. Tough to get the right angle of entry to get the 10 pins out when the ball's fading the whole way. Joe on a bit of a hot streak. Didn't do so well yesterday, but back-to-back titles down in North County last month. Go further south down to almost to the border next month for SoCal. San Diego State on Saturday and down to Chula Vista on Sunday. Many of these guys headed with us up to Vegas for doubles and singles at the stadium next week. Dallas leads by a pin, working on a double, shooting in the 6th here. He of many, many majors among those 16 titles, including back-to-back TPCs. A stunningly great achievement given the quality of that field. Barely heard that ball hit the surface. That smooth. But he gives the lead back with that 8 count. No spare easy, especially in that 3-6 zone, because you're right around the oil line, right around the spot where it'll hook to the left and it'll definitely slide to the right. That's the other part that makes Mexico so tough, is that you have all that out of bounds to the right, but the pattern's also very flat in the absolute middle of the lane. Does anybody have a can of Arizona iced tea? Because I think Dallas looks like a giant Arizona can right now. Where's a can of Arizona iced tea? We could get them to sponsor us right now if we just had one of those. Dallas works for Logo Infusion, one of our sponsors, and he designs the vast majority of his shirts himself. Maybe he's going for like a Navajo thing here, but it's like he's a giant iced tea can. It would kill if someone listening to this would bring out an Arizona can. I'm surrounded by people, they can hear me say it. That would really be sweet. Okay, set it right up to the edge, yeah. Where that ball got to, it might as well be the gutter, because any further right of that, the thing wouldn't have even turned over. You get it right out to that edge, it's not enough time for it to come back. The result is a very common one today. We've seen a lot of 210s, 2810s, washouts, mega washouts. We've seen a lot of everything today. No gutter balls like we saw yesterday. The versatility that we tested him with this weekend, one of the toughest short patterns in Stockholm yesterday. Bowlers are playing the corner. One of the toughest oily patterns, and this is close. He loves it, as he should. What a great spare conversion. He should be getting more applause than that, as he just knew that off his hands. Pured that 210. Gorgeous shot. Let's see how Grondin responds right now. Again, watch the ball start in motion before the feet start in motion. It's the only way to play in front of a return. Here's that one. That's why the answer at opponent's big split conversion is to stuff 10 back of yourself, and he maintains a 2-pin lead with that strike. So we've had a couple people standing in front of the ball return in recent weeks, and we talked about how Cortez elected to stay in front of the ball return on the left-hand lane as if there was a ball return there, not change his feet at all and do the short steps the whole way. Then we had, was it Hatchet? I forget, but who elected to not do that and stay back on the lane where the ball return wasn't obstructed. It looks to me like Joe's sort of splitting the difference between those two things as he's really thinking about this next shot. And kind of standing about a third of the way up. You see, if he was in the same place on the right-hand lane, he would have to be about 2 feet higher. Last week, the ball returns were very long, and that made bowlers take even shorter steps. Today we have shorter hoods on those ball returns. It allows something a little more normal. Oh, and trips up the forefit. Great break for Grondin. He really took his time and thought about that shot. That kiddo. We see you about a month, yeah? All right. How are you? Right on. Safe travels until then. So even after that 210 conversion, which I'm sure Leong was hoping was a momentum changer, he still finds himself trailing after Grondin catches his double. Ew, pretty shot, boy. Two really good stylists. Every once in a while we see the two-handers, and they certainly made their mark on our tour as well, but these are two purists. The traditionalists will enjoy the heck out of this video. The battle wages between pro and anti-Belmos. I will not go into detail in my opinion on that, other than to say I don't care if you kick it down there as long as you knock 10 pins over. Actually, I really don't want you kicking the ball. Just to clarify that for any new entries out there. Also, we haven't had any 200 games yet in this step ladder. Now both bowlers over 200 pace. Dallas can climb to within 2 if he can double up here in the 9th in the foundation. He loves it. Stinking half 10. You got to get the ball out to that friction. That friction is right on the edge of the out of bounds, and then sometimes the ball labors coming back. And 210, half 10 on the left-hand lane, if he ends up losing, is going to be his undoing. If indeed he does end up losing this match. Probably the best spare shooter in the history of our tour. No problem at all at the 10. this match is in Grondin's hands. And Joe, of course he'd like to win the tournament, because that's the reason you bowl. Joe had himself a bad beat yesterday as he needed a mark to advance in match play over Brandon Wanders in Greek Church. And that was just a devastating blow to him. By the way, hats off to Wanders. One of the best displays of winning sportsmanship we've seen in a long time was the first person over consoling him. Not surprised at all. He is looking for redemption less than 24 hours later. A lot of loft. He likes it. Oh, and he runs it. Wow. I tell you what, you go oil lanes however you want. Try and stand 10 feet further on the approach than you're used to doing. Loft the ball 5 feet further over the lane than you're used to doing. Hit left of the 6th arrow when the 2nd arrow is comfortable for most folks. And go try and throw a shot to win a tournament. That's close to what he just did right there. Dallas can only strike out for 216. Joe in the 220 right now. Any mark, Grondin wins his 7th career title. Anything less than a mark, and he will drop enough count where Dallas will still have a chance. So, as great as Leong has bowled this game, he is down to prayer mode. Here's Grondin for the win. Oh no. Oh. Dallas virtually leaps out of his skin right there, and it's deja vu for Grondin. Now, he's up fairly quickly at this, but I think you might want to do a little scoreboard watching here, because there's a lot of count that just changed hands there. Kind of surprised he's just going for the 3. Ooh. And the bonus spare would have been nice. But getting the 3 was kind of important. I think, in retrospect, it's had so quickly. Better to get the 3 there than to risk dropping another pin and go for it. I guess. Well, you make your own call there whether he should have taken his time and gone for that. That gives him 212. You see the Dallas now needs double 7 to win with 213. Had he gone for it, he would have won the match, but you could have gotten 6-2, which would have been 208, which would have made the fill ball for Dallas irrelevant, or 6-1, which, let me see, 184, 201, 208. Yeah, so I like getting the 6-3 there. The risk of reward is in the favor of getting the count. Nonetheless, one of the clutchest bowlers we've had. You don't win 16 titles without being extremely clutch. He's got a second chance to win this title. This is the lane he's looked a little better at this game. Gotta have this one. No! Jeez! Are you kidding me?
Are these lanes done?
Yes.
Yes, so we can go up.
Shut off everything but 20, 29, and 30.
Gotcha.
Dallas has left a ton of those this weekend, but that ball was dead flush. That wasn't one of those mixers where the messengers miss it. That ball was perfect and had absolutely no business leaving a 710. He could have left a corner pin anyway. That would have been just, I mean, it would have been a loss just the same. But what a brutal way to finish. Doesn't matter. That is painful for everybody in the building except Joe Grondin. What a tough pill to swallow. What a terrible way for Dallas to end this weekend. But it's great news for Joe Grondin, who escapes another 10th frame open. He wins his 7th career title. It's 212 to 193 final. The crowd is stunned. The incoming league is stunned. We're all going to have to carry on and do it all over in 5 days in Vegas. We'll see you then. My goodness.